వందే శంభుముమాపతిం సురగురుం వందే జగత్కారణం వందే పన్నగభూషణం శశిధరం వందే పశూనాం పతిం వందే సూర్యశశాంక వన్నినయనం వందే ముకుందప్రియం వందే భక్తజన ఆశ్రయం చ వరదం వందే భక్తజన ఆశ్రయం చ వరదం వందే శివం శంకరం. Friends, yogis are gifted with Ichamrityu. Yogis are blessed with the ability to drop the body at will. Yogis can predict and prepare freely, easily for the death. Death is at their command. Ordinary people do not know when they die. Ordinary people are afraid of death. Ordinary people cannot welcome death. But yogis are of strong will. Yogis are ready to die any moment. Yogis can also drop the body and die at will. In the Mahabharata, you have the great Bhishma of Ichamrityu. And in the recent times, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa knows when he dies. Swami Vivekananda has already notified his date of death. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa asked for the calendar and he has pointed to the 15th of August as his date to depart from the world. Swami Vivekananda has decided to be away from the world, to drop the body, to die or to attain Mahasamadhi on the 4th of July. This is not only because of the yogi's ability to transcend the three gunas, Tamasika Prakriti, Rajasika Prakriti and Sattvika Prakriti. It is also because of their strict celibacy, Brahmacharya. In addition to Brahmacharya, there is that attitude of service. They are filled with cosmic love. Bhishma in the Mahabharata is a Naishthika Brahmachari for a purpose. And what is that purpose? Seva. Seva to whom? His own father Shantanu Maharaj. We are all aware that father of Bhishma is in love with a girl called Satyavati. And Satyavati's parents prescribed certain conditions for Shantanu to marry the girl he has chosen, that is Satyavati. Parents said, "You may be the king, sir, but we want the child of our daughter to become the king of Hastinapur." Shantanu Maharaj already has a son. His name is Devavrata, very young, very dynamic, very handsome, very powerful, very youthful, and very much worthy of being a king. He can be the custodian custodian of Hastinapur and the people of Hastinapur. As a responsible king, Shantanu Maharaj is not able to yield to the commands of Satyavati's parents. He cannot agree to make the son of Satyavati the king of Hastinapur. The firstborn son of Shantanu Maharaj is Bhishma or Devavrata. This Devavrata was born to Shantanu Maharaj and Ganga Devi. Devavrata is a boy of virtues. He is a man of merit. He is a capable person of statesmanship. He will certainly make the best king. He will be like a parent to the citizens of Hastinapur, the people of his kingdom. Therefore, Shantanu Maharaj declined to make the son of Satyavati the king of Hastinapur. He returned home, but he was unable to be at peace. He wanted his desire to be fulfilled. One, he should marry Satyavati. Two, he should make his son Devavrata the king. Both cannot be fulfilled. If he chooses Devavrata to succeed him as the king of Hastinapur, he cannot marry Satyavati. If he chooses to marry Satyavati, he cannot make his son Devavrata the king of Hastinapur. In between the two, he is torn. He is therefore sick. He is indecisive. He cannot fulfill both the desires. He cannot be without Satyavati, nor can he be without Bhishma or Devavrata. Day after day, the great King Shantanu is becoming gloomier and gloomier, more and more sorrowful, more and more withdrawn. This change of father's health from the robustness to sickliness is observed by the faithful, dutiful, loving son Devavrata. Devavrata one day asked his father, "Daddy, may I know the reason for your agony, anguish, sorrow? What is it that troubles your mind?" Shantanu Maharaj is unable to say what is lingering in his mind. Therefore, Devavrata, the dutiful son of Shantanu Maharaj, went to Shantanu's driver, charioteer, and that charioteer, Sarathi, told Devavrata, "My dear prince, your father has fallen in love with a girl called Satyavati. He is unable to get his love fulfilled. He is unable to get married to that beloved girl Satyavati. The reason is they have laid a condition that Satyavati's son should become the king of Hastinapur. He loves you as his dear son to succeed him on the throne of Hastinapur. Also, he loves Satyavati as his beloved wife. Both are unable to be fulfilled. Therefore, the result is he is in gloom. He is in sorrow." Devavrata, without the knowledge of his father, went to Satyavati's house, talked to the parents, And he said, my dear Satyavati Devi, my father loves you. And he told the parents of Satyavati, what is your condition for my father to marry your daughter Satyavati? The parents said, the son born to our daughter Satyavati should become the king. Only this much. No problem. I don't have any claim on the throne. I shall not demand it. I shall not take the throne and crown. Satyavati's son will be made the king of Hastinapur. Then the parents said, my dear Devavrata, you are generous, you are kind, you are selfless, you are very, very magnanimous. You may give up your claim, you may give up your right to be the king after your father. But your children may claim it. They may demand the kingdom. Then what happens to the son of Satyavati? Devavrata understood their doubt. Therefore he said, please listen to me. I do not have any right. I give up all claim to the throne. Also, I declare here, I shall not marry. I shall not have children. I shall not have a wife. I will remain a Naishtika Brahmachari. I will be a strict celibate. I will not have the offspring. Therefore, be rest assured, you will be the grandparents of the king of Hastinapur. The son born to Satyavati will certainly be the heir. He will succeed my father as the king of Hastinapur. I think now you have no objection. Bhishma has taken the vow of celibacy, and that is called Naishtika Brahmacharya. And he has done it as a service to his father. He facilitated the marriage of his father by giving up marriage to himself. It is a great sacrifice. Yogis do not live for themselves. They live for the welfare of others. Here, the great Devavrata became a Naishtika Brahmachari, a strict celibate, because he wanted his son to be wedded to Satyavati Devi. The Devas in the heaven were astounded by the wonderful willpower of Bhishma. Bhishma is of strong resolve, firm decision, strong determination. He has never married. Perhaps the only son in the history of the entire world to sacrifice the pleasures for the sake of the father's marriage. Such great men were born in this country. Therefore, he was blessed with the wonderful gift called Ichamrityu. Death cannot approach Bhishma without his permission. Bhishma can die at will. It is only when he invites death, death can come to him. That was the great gift to a brahmachari, a person of seva. Yogi is Bhishma. He is blessed with Ithya Mrityu. That was in Dwapara Yuga. That was in Mahabharata. That was the great gift of Bhishma. He was blessed with that great gift. Now, in the recent past, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa of Dakshineshwar, though married, was a brahmachari. Holy Mother Sri Sharada Devi was his spiritual companion, divine consort. They did not have any physical relationship. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa looked at Holy Mother Sri Sharada Devi as goddess. He adored her. He worshipped her. He performed Shodasa Puja. He deified her. He himself observed strict brahmacharya. Never did he live for himself. He lived for the benefit of the society. He lived for the benefit of his sishyas or disciples. So much so, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was able to get the power to command death. One day, he asked Holy Mother Sri Sharada Devi to bring the calendar. He turned the sheets. He stopped in the month of August. There he found a particular date, encircled it, declaring, "This is the day on which I drop my body." There in Mahabharata, on account of Naistika Brahmacharya and service to the father, Bhishma was able to command death. He was able to be blessed with the wonderful boon, Ichcha Mrityu. After the great Mahabharata Yuddha, nearly 2 months he sat up, taught the entire dimension of Dharma to the Pandavas. Before the commencement of Mahabharata Yuddha, Arjuna was despondent and his ignorance was dispelled. He was prepared to wage the war. He was taught the Kartavya Bodhana, Kartavya or dutifulness. Similarly, at the end of the Mahabharata Yuddha, Dharmaraj became despondent. He did not want to be the king because he thought he was responsible for the bloodshed. He was responsible for making the people helpless. Every woman lost father, brother, son, or some male member in the family. Therefore, Dharmaraj refused to be the king of the great Hastinapur. Then Krishna took the Pandavas to Bhishma, and it was Bhishma who sat up for nearly 2 months to give Kartavya Bodhana, or to instruct Dharmaraj in dutifulness, in the performance of Dharma. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa in the recent times taught how to live in this world, and Swami Vivekananda later. He was fond of 4th July, the day of great independence, American independence. He wanted to be free from the clutches of the body. He wanted to drop the body at will, and he sang a song in praise of 4th July. On the 4th of July, 1902, he dropped the body. Bhishma is a celibate. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is a celibate. Swami Vivekananda is a celibate. Bhishma did not live for himself. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa did not live for himself. Swami Vivekananda did not live for himself. celibacy on one side, seva on another side, will make a person a yogi. Swami Vivekananda is a yogi on account of his strict celibacy and service to humanity. Om Namah Sri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukhaswarupaya Satchit Sukhaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharine Swamine Tapaharine